Hey everybody, it's Safi and Marco Dish Out on Movies, the only movie review show on YouTube to review movies in terms of food. And it's just Marco here once again. I am here to review American Horror Story Season 10, Episode 7. And it's hard to say 7 because it really feels like Episode 1 of a new season. So, but it's called Take Me to Your Leader, and it's the first episode in the Death Valley story of this double feature season. And okay, so this is the alien story, and it's and I'm sorry, it's just I'm thinking about the second half, and I can't wait to get to the second half because oh, but anyways, this is split in half. So you have the first half of the episode is the past in the 1954, 10 years before season 2 takes place. And then the second half takes place in the present. And the past story is actually, I really liked it. I thought that it was interesting. I thought it was entertaining. I was, it didn't really give you that much though because it's only half an hour, and so I need more because I don't know where the story is going. Because then you get to the second half and it's like it's a whole other story. So really, this is almost like triple feature because you have this very fragmented episode where you have these two halves that really don't fit together. The first half is the sort of mysterious, it has a very mysterious and sinister vibe to it because of it being in black and white and the music, and it has this really interesting atmosphere to it. And then the present story is how would you describe the present story without sounding like a complete jackass? Well, I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. So the present story is basically like trash. And so you put trash next to goodness, and it's like this weird combination of like, okay, I'm watching. It really doesn't fit together as an episode because of these two jarringly different halves that they just do not work together at all. It would be one thing if it was the shitty present story and then you had like a scene at the beginning of the past like they did with season 2. Season 2 I just finished in preparation for this. In fact, Safi was going to start reviewing this second half of the season, but I said you can't do that until you finish season 2 because I feel like it's going to be important because the second half takes place in the present. So we're going to get some answers, I hope, to questions from season 2. And so, anyways, the story of the first half, the good half, it starts off with this really good scene where there's a kid playing outside and his mom is cooking some nice dish and she's dancing, and there's like there's dust devils that come, and then it turns out that aliens are there and they basically abduct him. And when the mom comes out, or no, the mom thinks about coming out and she comes out, she can't find him, and then the kid comes in and has her take his hand, and then we see hours later the dad comes home, and it's this really creepy scene where the dad enters the home and the mom is like floating in thin air, and it was really creepy. And then she makes his head explode, and I thought that was really cool and really, that was great. I love that, seeing that head explode all over the wall. This first half really reminded me of Twin Peaks: The Return, episode 8. With the the woodsman going around smashing heads and it being in black and white. Like, you could put this, the whole past story, like right next to that episode 8, and you could probably have like a really good actual double feature. Speaking of double features, and then we get to Eisenhower and we see him and his wife is played by Crybaby. And it looks like she's going to do a really good job once again. You know, she did a great job as tuberculosis Karen, and it looks like she's going to give another great performance as I can't remember how Safi told me to pronounce her name, Mrs. Eisenhower. I can't remember how to pronounce the actual first name though. Uh, so I'm excited about that. But he gets called in because of something, and they find out alien UFO crashed in the desert. Oh, wait, was it? Yeah. And then they have Amelia Earhart played by Lily Rabe, and 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 then we get to find out that Amelia Earhart was captured by aliens. That was really cool. And after that, they do this dissection of an alien, and it goes horribly wrong. It's really gross and cool and just completely like a fun scene because I mean they really show it like that, just this ugh. I mean, I love seeing that though, like this attention to detail where they actually thought up of like what would be the insides of an actual alien, and it's like this really like gross like shell on the inside, like there's no organs or anything. It's really ugh. And so it's like it's even grosser than if there were actual organs. And then like one of the people get attacked, and then both of their heads explode while they're operating on the alien. And then there's all these people's heads exploding in the hallway, and the mom, they actually captured her, I guess, or she came there, and the mom confronts Eisenhower, and she says, "You're going to listen to me." And I thought that, you know, overall, that was a really good sequence of events of just like this fun mystery, sci fi, horror story. I really liked it. I thought that it was good. And I would give it an A. It was actually, and I was like, wow, if this whole episode is as good as this, it could even get to an A plus if there's like some really great moment at the end or something. But then the second half comes, and right off the bat, you know, you got these four main characters, and they're all college kids. They're about my age, and they're not as smart as me, though. I know that sounds like a jackass thing to say, but they're probably four of the stupidest people I've ever seen. And they come in and they each have their own little intro, and they each have their own little, like, uh, caption of, like, their goals and stuff like that, and it just really is like bizarre. It feels like a video game sequence. And so they're in a restaurant together, and it's the what goes on is just really really not good. They're a bunch of potty mouths, let's just say, and they're really obnoxious, and they're just I mean, I was sitting there like, ugh, gross. You want me? You want you? I have to follow these four people? Ew. Like ugh. Like, you know, not, they're just gross. They're sitting there talking to each other about these like private things. Like, ugh. I mean, if you ever did that with your friends, and your friends would kick you out and say you need to go to an asylum or something, buddy. But then they're all on their cell phones, and it's this like contrived thing where Kendall, I guess her name is now Kendall, the actress who plays Kendall. people warned me about her. They said, I really hope that she's not a main character because she's trash. And oh my god, she is really, really bad. And but she's like bad in like a funny way. She her line delivery is so bad it's like it's funny. And so I found myself laughing like whenever she spoke. Just she's trying to say that, and that's another thing. The lines in the second half were really bad, and they were really stupid and really like cringeworthy lines that they were saying, like uh, some abductions in the past might have been real, or like something like that. Like it was so bad, and and so I can't wait to see more of her terrible acting because it's really funny. And so she says that they all have to put away their cell phones because she read all these studies, or she had sex with this guy and he told her about technology being bad. And I will admit that that was a good thing because it's good to always get rid of cell phones in these horror stories. And so I guess it's fine to do that, but it was so cringeworthy and so contrived and forced. But it does happen. Like, I've been in those situations, and it's really embarrassing to me to be in like a social situation, and it's like you and a group of friends, and they're all on their cell phones. I mean, that's just embarrassing. I mean, you might as well just like say, okay, bye bye, have fun. I don't know what you're doing on your phones. And so I will admit that was good commentary, I guess, social commentary. But they all go on this camping trip together, and of course they have a cringeworthy camping trip where they have this little montage of their gay romp. And by gay romp I mean like gay as in happy. Like they have this really gay romp where they're dancing around and they're in Death Valley without technology. Probably the stupidest idea I've ever heard. I mean, Death Valley is a place where you do not go without technology. And no matter how anti technology you are, I mean, people die there all the time. And so I don't know what they were thinking. And honestly, I thought all four of them were going to die. Like, that's how stupid they are. And I was really, like, excited to see them die. And excited to see, like, okay, cool. Are we going to see these? Oh, no, of course not. Oh, these are the main characters that we have to suffer with the rest of the season. Oops. I didn't mean for that to happen. Uh, so, when they're in the desert, they come across some cows that are dead. And they're like, what's going on? The cows are still alive, but they're dead. Like, it's really weird. And so they all freak out and leave. And on their way back, they get confronted and abducted by the aliens. And the aliens impregnate all four of them. And that's the end. That's the end of the episode. I give the second half of the episode an F plus. I give it an F plus because it was funny to watch because it was so bad. These characters were so obnoxious and so annoying and gross. And I know they're real. I know that this is what a lot of these people are like who are my age. But it's really gross to see them actually like actually interacting for real. Like it's just like ugh. Like I don't like these types of people. These gross weirdos. These like weird like young people who like they act almost like aliens themselves. And they really don't act like human beings. They're sitting there like at this in this restaurant and they really don't fit at all. And so maybe it's like purposeful that they're making these young adults like the most obnoxious dumbass people in the universe, but I hate them. And I really want them to die a horrible deaths. Like, I guess it's a good thing because usually in these American Horror Story seasons, everyone dies, including like all your favorite characters mostly. And so I guess it's good because I don't like any of these characters. So I don't even care. I guess that's a good thing. Like, I mean, the only thing about the main girl, Kendall, is that she's anti technology. And then let's see, the black girl, she's allergic to the protein in uh, semen, and that's her character. And so I hesitate to think how that's going to be relevant in the upcoming episodes. There is probably going to be an alien sex scene with her once again. They're probably going to do that, like a flashback to when they abducted her, and they'll have like a couple of aliens go up to her and just, and she'll be covered in like alien stuff, and her whole body will be melting, and they'll be like, oh shit, we gotta fix her, she's carrying our new baby, oh no, she's melting like Wicked Witch. So that's probably what's gonna happen, and if it doesn't happen, then I will riot. And so, and then you have the gay couple, and they're literally just the gay couple. I mean, there's nothing else to them at all. Oh wait, one of them is Jewish. I guess that's it. Like, that's all there is to his character. These are really bad characters. And it's really a good example of how not to write characters, in terms of, like, you want to make unique characters. You don't want them to be like this. You want them to actually be like real characters who have depth to them and aren't just like these bland, boring, gross stereotypes that just like make me want to throw up. So overall, I hesitate to rate this episode uh, like a grade as a whole because it's really not one episode, it's two episodes. It's the first half and the second half. I rate so the first is an A, second half is an F plus. Altogether, I would say it is a C minus. And so it's not a good start at all, considering that Red Tide was an A altogether. The preview looks pretty good, so I hope that it turns out to improve, the present storyline. But to be honest, like, I don't give a fuck about these people. I hate to call them teenagers because they're my age, but I hate to, I don't care about them. I don't want to see them. I hope they die as soon as possible. I mean, they're not good. They're not good characters. As for the past storyline, I'm really excited to see more of Eisenhower's wife. That's probably the main thing I'm looking forward to. But one thing about this that I haven't talked about yet is the music. The music is actually really good. I thought that like the music was the best part of the episode because it was actually like really good sci-fi horror music. It was very mysterious music. It was really good music. So I would actually say that the music this episode was a highlight for me, and I can't wait to hear more of it in the upcoming episodes. So, if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up and comment. Tell me what you thought about those four brats, those four little, oh god, ugh, those four people that we are stuck with now. I mean, why would they do that to us? I mean, it's insane. And then please subscribe to our channel for more American Horror Story reviews. Goodbye, everybody. See you soon for episode 8 review. Bye.